Hello, this is Darren DePaul, the voice of Emperor Valkorion, and you're watching another video by Vulkk.
Greetings, my friends. It's Monday morning, and I never know why actually I tell you these things because, well, you are not going to see the video until Monday evening, at least my local time. I'm excited. I'm really very excited because the number of news for this week, for the Weekly Roundup show, is less in number, but I have some very big things to show and tell you. Let's begin. Ha! What do you think? This is my brand new redesigned Vulkk.com homepage. It includes a lot of new things. I've learned quite a bit while doing this in the past 5 or 6 days. I can't really remember when exactly I started it, but just like it always happens, something very small prompted me to start doing a complete overhaul. I'm really happy with the overall design. I've spent quite a lot of time and money, and these things don't come cheap, you know. That's why you're seeing advertisements here, unless you are blocking them with that block, of course. And this is the brand new redesigned homepage for my website. It's structured in a very specific way that I've been aiming to achieve for a very long time, and that's why I'm starting with the video, because this is the biggest excitement. Let's not forget the fact that I have a very big, very massive guide to tell you about in a moment. First, let me introduce to you this brand new overlay. On the top, I've got links, quick, simple text links to all of the news for all of the various games that I play, cover, and care about. Why? Because I can't feature all of them on the homepage, of course. Then we have 2 giant thumbnails, which are automatically changing themselves depending on the period when you open the website. They appear randomly, and they're kind of the biggest featured articles and posts on my website. These are always about posts, never about videos. The bottom module is about the videos. The left one is always about content related to Star Wars: The Old Republic, because this is the biggest part of my content and the biggest time-consuming element. On the right part, you will see elements that I consider important, interesting, and outside of the Star Wars: The Old Republic world. They may still be about Star Wars, but I'm trying to separate my passion about Star Wars and SWTOR, because after all, they're both in the same universe, but they are different things. Not everybody who cares about one thing cares about the other thing, and that's why I don't want to mix them up. Below, you will always see the 4 latest videos that I've uploaded to my website. Not all of my videos go to my website. That's because I started with this screen. You can see that this week I've only produced 5 videos, and all of them are live streams. Why? Because live stream is easier to produce, and because I haven't done live streaming in a couple of weeks since the launch of 5.2 and before that as well. So I did a full walkthrough of my 4th walkthrough and 3rd playlist for Hearts of Stone, the first DLC of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And I've done a live stream for IOCAT dailies in the beginning of the week. This is all my content related to YouTube and to videos for this week, because I've really been busy with these things. As you can see, none of these 5 videos will appear here on the website because I don't mirror absolutely everything. Some of the videos will appear only here. Some of the videos will appear only on my YouTube channel, depending on the content that I want to talk about and cover. Below that, I have the 4 major columns. This is the featured one. It's a mixed column, including all of the best articles, all of the 5 best recent articles that I've published. And the next 3 columns are featuring the 3 most important games for me at the moment. It is very likely that Star Wars: The Old Republic and Gwent will remain here for a very long time, especially the first one. But the 3rd column is about to change in maybe a couple of months, when I cover everything I want and I can about Mass Effect. And I will refocus to the next big hit that I consider to be my biggest priority for the coming summer, which is Middle-earth: Shadow of War. An absolutely amazing game. And I've already started news section about the game, and depending on how it's released, what the content actually is available to us, maybe I'll add more guides about the game here with the new guide section and other things like that. Below, you will see those 3 buttons that have been featured on the sidebar on the top right corner usually. Now they're a little bit lower. After that, you have a familiar module, Star Wars News. Below that, we've got the social links for pretty much most of my accounts, not all of them, but the most important ones. And then a blog session ending the bottom of the homepage with a few sections with my latest videos structured in categories. This took me some time and some effort, and because it was expensive, I think now is appropriate time, because also it's a 1st of May, the day I'm recording this. I would like to say a quick couple words to my patrons. There are 28 people, despite of what says here, because currently Patreon is in the process of charging my patrons, so someone is probably late. There are 28 people who are supporting me for the last month of April, and I would like to say a huge thank you. You guys are maybe half of the reason why I'm able to produce more and more content and why I am able to progress. Yes, the other half is combined by revenue from YouTube and the website itself, because thankfully after nearly 2 years, I finally make some profit from the website and YouTube combined. Thank you very much to my patrons. I hope that you guys keep enjoying what I post to Patreon exclusive feed here and on the Patreon exclusive Discord server that I've got for probably about half a year now. I don't really remember when I launched it, but it's been a while. And moving on, the biggest news this week, and mostly thanks to my passion, because I wanted to write something about it. Star Wars The Old Republic step-by-step beginner-friendly guide to leveling and gearing up for the endgame. This guide attempts to cover pretty much everything, but again, just like it's said here in the first few rows, it's a guide. It's not a follow me step 1, step 2, step 3, and if you mess up in step 2 or do something else and something different, you're forever screwed. No, this is a guide that intends to teach and help you guys how to play this game to the maximum potential. And save yourself some time, effort, struggling, and probably money as well. We've got the first major section, leveling up, and the second major section, gearing up and endgame. They're pretty much in terms of amount of content equal, but of course the endgame is bigger. There are tons and tons of links and references to other articles and videos that I've done in the past, because if I attempt to write absolutely everything I know and want about the game and these beginner-friendly modules of the guide, will actually make it far too long, and the amount of information I'll have to throw upon you guys will probably make the newest players or the more casual players way more confused than what I want them to be. So this guide is constructed with the most important beginner-friendly tips and tricks. I'm also very, very thankful because BioWare shared my guide on both Twitter and Facebook. They've been supporting my work and other people's work, not just me, of course, on Twitter for quite some time. But for me especially, this was the first time I received a share on the official Star Wars The Old Republic Facebook page. My God, for 2 days, this guide has now been seen over 9,000 times. Thank you, BioWare. This is really helpful. And for the class guides, I have 10 guides. Wow, can you believe 10 guides I've done? Not solo, of course. For 2 of them, I've received huge help from other folks. I'm in the process of updating the guide, specifically the gear section for 5.2 and the 4th tier. I think at the moment, half of them have been updated, and probably by the time you watch the video, the second half will also be updated with the latest innovations. Maybe a few cosmetic changes that you'll probably not even notice, but I'm pedantic and I tend to pay attention to the littlest details when it comes to my own creation. So I've done some new things on these guides. Anyway, check them out if you're interested in any of these classes that I was able to provide guides for, and see what the newest requirements are for tier 4 gear at level 70. Moving on to the GwentUp territory, because in the beginning of April, a brand new tracker tool was released. It's called GwentUp, and it's a really new step up compared to the previous and only Gwent tracker that we had available. In this article, you will see the major features available for this current release of the tracker, but the developers are actually releasing new builds and including new features and instruments for you to work with constantly. The first thing that would appear as a difference is that it's much more shiny, but also bulky. It takes a little bit more space on your screen compared to the first Gwent tracker that pretty much every Gwent fan knows and probably uses. However, this one offers a ton of new features, including chat. Of course, you have to be registered to the GwentUp website to be able to use that chat. And this is another very, very interesting feature down to the bottom left here. The tracker actually automatically divides the differences between your total score and your opponent's total score, and it tells you what the difference is, so you don't have to do calculations and math on yourself. Another very cool feature is that when you mouse over a weather affected card, it will tell you the basic strength of that card before the weather effect, as well as the buffed or whatever else affected strength it will have if you clear the weather. These are really interesting tools, and I'm definitely happy promoting this tool, the new GwentUp Gwent Tracker, and using it myself, of course. Quick update for the Mass Effect Andromeda fans, because this actually involves a very small amount of the player base, or is interested to a very small amount. There is a new memory errors issue that may appear if you have a 1080 Ti GeForce Nvidia video card and you have downloaded and installed the newest video driver. So the newest video driver is actually not improving the game at all, at least not according to the release notes, which means to me there's no need to download and install it. It's about the newest games that have been just recently released, and since I don't play any of them, I've decided not even to bother with installing the new driver and save myself that potential issue. The last piece of news I would like to tell you is also the reason why I postponed again the Weekly Roundup show from Sunday to Monday evening. Well, Monday is actually a holiday. Today, 1st of May, is a national holiday. That's why I'm able to sit here at home and casually record a new video for you guys. So, this is my Witcher 3 Hearts of Stone 4th walkthrough on YouTube and 3rd walkthrough on YouTube and 4th overall. There is one that I never recorded but did for myself. It contains 4 long videos, live stream archives, between 90 and 120-ish minutes, with voiceover and with commentary, of course, with the highest possible quality that I can ever push out. 1440p, 60 FPS, with 12,500 kilobits per second. Why do you stream on YouTube, Vulkk, instead of Twitch? How the hell can I show such good quality if I stream to Twitch, guys? That's an honest question that I have to ask. Okay, let's not go into that topic. It's been discussed more than enough in the past over 1 year now since I switched from Twitch to YouTube, actually. And of course, here I have a small selection of my other walkthroughs and interesting playlists for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt and the 2 expansions that the game received. It's a 2 years old next month game, and I'm still excited to play it. I've played nearly, maybe over now, 700 hours of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and I still don't get enough. I still get surprised, just like I did in the last 4th part just yesterday, playing through the very last quest of Hearts of Stone. I actually discovered something little that I've never noticed before. And if you watch the video, you'll know what it was. That's it. 15-minute video, really? We'll see how long it turns out after I finish editing up. See you next time, guys. Take care.